How the spirit of the void ship was able to call upon the power of the machine god and activate the warp drive remains an unknown. Yet, during my meditative ritual, the Omnissiah gave me an equally valuable revelation. The sacred spirit that lives in the bowels of the ship's mechanisms differs from other analog and analogous forms. This spirit holds a unique power that cannot be called anything less than a blessing of the machine god. What does that mean in English? Hypothesis in extremis, the ship spirit is capable of making unpredictable calculations and actions. It is impossible to predict how it will behave in any given situation, but I believe the spirit is currently showing obedience. At least for now, I recommend that we continue monitoring the ship and be prepared for new manifestations. Yeah, and so what did you want me to find out? When the ship's warp engine was filled with the motive force, despite the massive computational errors, a true technological miracle was achieved. No doubt it was the grace of the Omnissiah, but no such occurrences have been described in the catalogue before. Hoping to gain sacred knowledge of the nature of what happened, I embarked on blessed research and prayer. And so he's come up with nothing so far. That's what we're taking away from that. So, does that mean our ship has, like, some kind of unique drive or engine that these guys haven't seen before? I don't know. The report is received, thank you. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Well, clearly not, because you still got no idea. The tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel, the sound of nails scratching against the hull, and the elongated Alderi-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer deck, where the Lord Captain's companion, named Irelette, had made her home. Okay. So we had some hallucinations. It could be worse, I guess. Could definitely be worse. So yeah, let's see what's in this green place. Well, we probably... Yeah, that looks like a whole fleet of them. We probably don't want to mess with them, do we? Let's just see, can we... Are they going to harass us if we go near them? Because I'm still... A natural accumulation of... something. Yeah, so we can use that. And so how much of that stuff do we have now? We have 10. Because there was that contract. Someone wanted these things. I feel like these guys are just going to come and blow our equipment up though, hey. But yeah, there was that one, this one. Yeah, the Lord Inquisitor. He wanted the plasteel. So I guess we do that? Cool. So we've got +3 profit factor, which I don't want to do, but I also kind of do want to go here just to... Oh! Yeah, so we have to fight them. Eldari Shadow Hunter. Bro, that looks cooked. The enemy has launched torpedoes, however you can destroy them before they reach you. Torpedoes are always fired in salvos. They do not have shields or hull integrity. Every attack that hits a salvo destroys 1 torpedo per shot. From here on out, you may encounter clusters of small ships that follow the same rules in combat as torpedoes. Right. Yeah, so the torpedoes are like really... I guess you got to fire them when you're a fair way away from the target so that they can just careen straight to it. Ooh, that might be good for a ramming, hey. Yeah, that's what I was afraid he was going to do. Yeah, so he just can't get there. He just can't get there. Yeah, he's literally 1 tile short. Okay. Miss. Oh no. Hit. So now it's just the torpedoes that are...
Macro cannons, open fire!
That's pretty sad that we have to destroy the torpedoes, eh? Like, surely we could just win at this point. But apparently not.
Coordinates set.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. So if we went there and detonated... Oh, it didn't affect them? Cool. Okay. There we go. Now have we won? Jeez, that was tough, wasn't it? Yeah, well, yeah. Let's not go near those ones. Ooh. Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Foulstone. Lord Captain, we have received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of Saint Cognatius, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Damn, that's remote, isn't it? You're the only thing on the planet. Or rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navika, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to Rogue Trader Winterscar. Oh, this is where the refugees got sent. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. We will not abandon people of faith in distress. Prepare a landing party in my shuttle. I'm taking the monastery under my protection. Those people are victims, not invaders. Prepare my shuttle. I shall head to the planet and resolve this conflict. This is of no interest to me. Ignore the transmission. Yeah, let's see if we can sort this out. As it pleases your lordship. Okay, and then we've got another history thing. Okay. Man, these can be really long though, hey. Let's blast through it. 611 days after the feast of passing of Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith, disquietude marred the calm of the monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls steeped in fear arrived on Foulstone in a star bark. A great apostasy had befallen their home and turned them into abject wanderers seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navika, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled their shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty of care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of Saint Cognatius, and there they surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on its gate and implored and wailed, "Take us in, protect us." And what was once a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility and strife, and mayhap also the seeds of alluring blasphemies if friendly heathens lurked in their midst. Prelate Hectarchius recalled of the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone's vast wasteland, led by their zeal for serving Saint Cognatius, and those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keith, the champion of faith, who had travelled with them in their star bark. To found in this place a humble and pure, and Saint Cognatius, a man of great endeavours, a warrior and a wise artificer, never cowered behind the walls of a librarium, but stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same. Not only on Foulstone, but many other worlds of the Coronist expanse bear its imprint. And Prelate Hectarchius did welcome the interlopers warmly as his guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. Right, man, these, gosh, I wish these didn't go for so long. Is there a mod that just gives, like, the Cliff Notes version? The brethren and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers, carrying water and protection, but the crowd came to blows over vines, and blood was spilt, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned their flat cowls, inscribed Order of Praise to the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth ready to render service in battle. With las guns and bolters they pierced the interlopers with their chainswords, and power flails they struck them. A great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too scant though their armament was and scantier their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers. The monks fled beyond their walls and rang the vox alarum, and shut the gate and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over the gate. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help. In their spite, they blocked the water collector and unpowered the generatorium. The faithful, in the meantime, made ready to resist. Oh dear, and a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue trader of the blessed house von Valancius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue trader. Yeah, so we have to pick a side, it seems. And I guess this one's the best. Extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care, and thereby all of Foulstone with them. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's confidence and unsealed the airlocks and opened the gate of its abode and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work in accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard temple construct. They erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia, the spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods, and a proud sensorium within whose walls clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone, and the people rejoiced, and all was good. Oh, right, so they're not an isolated planet anymore. They're having a share with the new arrivals. Oh, but it gives us a base, right? So are we like these guys rulers now? I think we leave these guys in charge of the planet because you know it's the same with Janus. These guys are the ones who have been here, so presumably they know how things work, so we'll do that. Sweet. So it was... Oh, can we get another project immediately? Oh, but we... Oh, do we have to wait for the current one to finish? I see. Okay. Oh, okay, the ship gets abilities. Interesting. While moving, the flagship may make its next turn at 90 degrees instead of the usual 40. That would be really good, wouldn't it? That would be awesome. Flows of the Immaterium cause an enemy ship to immediately turn 45 or 90 degrees, depending on the ship's maneuverability. If the enemy ship has suffered hull damage, this abrupt turn additionally deals damage equal to 50 of the ship's missing hull for a 45-degree turn, and deals that damage twice for a 90-degree turn. Chosen sector of the flagship's void shields is reinforced until it suffers damage. Reinforced sector has an increased chance of absorbing enemy attacks. The flagship's next shot gains +2 extra range. Oh, that's not bad. I like that, though. I think that's really good. Okay, yeah, it has its own, like, skill tree, yeah, so we can get another one. This seems pretty good, eh? I think I'm starting to understand. Still a little ways there, but that's alright. Okay, so that looks pretty good, doesn't it? But yeah, if we remove you... So if we put her there, because she has the same skill, that will allow us to upgrade it. Interesting. Okay, so can we only go from one system to the next? So we cannot jump, yeah, across one. I guess that makes sense. Permission to report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behaviours in certain ship systems. All decks report the uncontrollable opening and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. They behave erratically and do not obey the operator's commands. Regrettably, this has led to casualties among the crew. The tech priests have explained that these phenomena are being caused by the machine spirit's irascibility, another word I don't know, and have spent hours chanting litanies to soothe their anger. Unfortunately, many crew members were badly injured before the prayers could stabilize the systems. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Aldiri is in a foul mood and is moving towards the captain's bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I expect that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. man, I love that oversized chair. It's so
Please
ridiculous.
spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Ooh, voice acting. Of course.
Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures?
Okay.
And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted... Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Whoa. Okay, so, you ran into a thought. That is unfortunate. We, yeah, maybe we should find them and take care of her. Yeah, my people have behaved contemptibly, and I apologize for it. I apologize that, you were accosted by, yeah.
I accept your words, Elantak. And still... Try to imagine, Elantak, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
I mean, I've seen those dogs that hump people's legs, so, you know, it's not totally unheard of. Yeah, I understand that this incident was unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals.
No. Your kind, simple souls and narrow minds are the root of all these flaws.
Right.
Narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything has its limit.
Okay. Alright, I shall speak to my subjects. You will not be bothered again.
Your words warm my soul. Very well. I will leave now. Do not forget your promise.
Excellent. Alright, so... let's get back out there. Back into the expanse. Lord Captain, I hasten to report the disturbing news brought to me by the machine spirits of the ship. The matter is extremely delicate and concerns Lady Cassia. You see, since her first day aboard, her presence has been a disturbance to the crew's way of life. If you'll allow, I have prepared a detailed report. Okay, give us the report. The first incident occurred immediately after our departure from Urak 5. The Lady Navigator... or is it Urak V? I assume it's Urak 5. The Lady Navigator chastised one of the ship's runners, after which he went to his living quarters, killed his family, and then shot him. What? What? How badly did she chastise him? I feel like we need more details there. The second incident was noted while traversing the warp. The Lady Navigator gave the pilots the wrong instructions and the void ship was thrown off course. For a matter of minutes, but this was enough for the forces of the Immaterium to anger the machine spirits enough for them to start a fire in the service bay. After that, officers living near the Lady Navigator's quarters began to express extreme emotions. Hysteria, apathy, euphoria, rage. This is quite detrimental to crew morale and performance. The last incident was recorded on Footfall. Around 100 living birds were delivered on board during our stay on Footfall. Each bird cost a hefty sum, but I have failed to discover their purpose and subsequent fate. So if it happened on Footfall, why are you only telling me about this now? I guess she was writing the report. I was also told about a conflict between the Lady Navigator and the Seneschal. Alas, with no details. If you like, you can ask Master Wissarion directly. Things are even worse with Jai Haderi. I intercepted a voxcast in which she promised she would, and I quote, end that Kashka if she ever saw her again. If I may, Lord Captain, the Lady Navigator's state of mind worries me. She is self-contained and does not mesh with the crew at all, which is why everyone avoids her. Even senior officers can be superstitious. I fear that only you are in a position to talk to her on an equal footing and improve the situation, for the sake of the crew's safety and that of Lady Cassia herself. Yeah, well, I mean, we need her. Without her, we're in big trouble. Lord Captain, I keep receiving reports about malfunctions among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicable temperature fluctuations. Thermal control failures were observed not only in individual compartments, but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbite. Damn, man, these chaos douchebags are really messing with us, aren't they? They're gonna prank us to death. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issues were caused by the spirit's obstinacy and defiance. Oh, so it's the ship itself, you think? Interesting. Their reports claim the incidents remain well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest's assurances that only the machine spirit's tempers are to blame are doing nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors. Oh man. This is a lot of information. When the Lord Captain arrived on the bridge during the warp jump, he found the on-duty officers in a state of utter confusion. They claimed they had been receiving orders from the bridge for several minutes, orders authorized by the rogue trader, but the Lord Captain had been absent. Curiously, the orders had been signed by the late Theodora von Valancius. After a thorough investigation, the tech priests attributed the strange incident to the whims of the machine spirits. Right, so is Theodora haunting our ship? Is that what's happening here? Okay. Well, yeah, if we do that, what do we get? Oh man, we get nothing. We get nothing. Oh. At least we've got another point. Like, we might have to chart a course there, hey? And then hope that we can get there. This is crazy. Alright, yeah, well, let's visit this place first and see what's here. Oh, a lot of space dust. Oh, that's a gutted void ship. Oh, I gotta read this. Lord Captain, the Vox systems intercepted a distress signal coming from the Imperial vessel. The system contains a ship that belongs to the planetary fleet of Dargonus, the capital of the von Valancius dynasty. The transmission is repeated at regular intervals, but the message itself is corrupted. A cacophony of requests for help, groans and shouts. What in the world? It is your name that they are shouting, Lord Captain. Right, so they haven't been there that long then. Let's get there quickly. Oh. We have to board, do we? Alright, I think I want to use him for a little bit. Just because, yeah, meeting people with an alien that might not go too well. And I still got to decide how I want to spec her out. So, alright, let's go. What happened here? There's obviously some kind of calamity. This person's body is covered in unpleasant-looking growths, scabs, and ulcers. They look like fresh mutations. Yeah, right. So there's mutants. The sweetish smell coming from the dead body seems odd, and the blood has an unusual hue to it. So you guys gonna attack us on
I'll make an
sight?
example out of you!
Yes, you are. They even got...
Give me strength.
Did they even get the machine man? Oh. That's rough. Whoa. He's just a beast, isn't he? Wow. Now...
I won't object to it.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And then we've got this, hey.
Naturally.
Alright, and then... Oh, so he can give that to other people, can he? Interesting. Very interesting.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Oh yeah, and then he could do that,
I
hey.
feel the power surging.
And just attack her like a million times.
Let's see to it.
Just keep doing that. Man, she's got a lot of health, hey. She's beefy. Right, well, we've nearly got her.
I won't object. Your reckoning is due.
There we
Vengeance
go.
will be swift.
And he... Oh, and she blows up, does she? Interesting.
The Emperor is on our side.
Man, that was a ridiculous amount of movement points, hey. Holy moly.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
Alright, you know what I want to do, right? Can we hit that guy and not hit our own guys? We can. Now we've got this thing, hey. There's 110% damage. Still pretty miserable damage, not gonna lie. And then we'll do that one. We'll get an extra attack. That will miss. Sick. Yeah, and then...
Faith without
might
deeds
just
is
get you
worthless.
out of there, hey. Alright,
Let's make some opportunities.
let's get him.
Consider this a taste of what's to come.
2 damage. That is sad, bro. That is horrible.
I'll see to it personally.
That was better, but it still wasn't great, was it?
Who, if not me? You should have thought twice before crossing me.
Boom, sweet. And then endure.
I'll make it
Oh, I
happen.
should be using these too, shouldn't I? Alright, do you want to
There
go
is
there?
movement in the Empyrean.
And then do the stacking
On it.
thing? And then do that thing.
Farewell.
Okay. Wow. Alright, wits about you. What the... Whoa! Oh my gosh! Holy moly! I guess that's their navigator. Oh my gosh. That was a literal bloodbath. Oh dear. The leader of the ravaged ship's crew wipes the sweat from his brow in a motion characteristic of navigators. Not with his whole hand, but with 2 fingers moving from left to right and back so as not to touch his third eye by accident. My greetings, your lordship. There is no need for introductions. I know the heirs of the von Valancius line by sight. I'm Han of House Cassini, the navigator of this vessel, and as the senior surviving officer, I assumed command after the incident. Lady Navigator, what an unexpected and pleasant meeting, considering the circumstances. I have not had the honour of being personally acquainted with you, but of course I know the emblem of House Orcelio. How fares the Honourable Regent? Cassia Orcelio. Cordiality will not disguise the ice-blue coldness of your words, Navigator Han. However, I will tell Regent Aronto that you inquired after his health. You may pass on my best wishes to Novata Cassini. And now let's set the pleasantries aside. I'm sure the rogue trader would like to ask you a few questions. I definitely would. Yeah, what happened to the ship and the crew? This ship is assigned to the port of Dargonis. Some time ago, the captain was instructed to deliver a package, urgently by hand, to you, your lordship. We were even shown a pic of your face. The disaster struck during the warp jump. I will never know all the details as I was preoccupied with my primary duties, but for some reason, the captain decided to open the package. That, as you may have noticed, had a most destructive impact on the crew. Right, so their assassination attempt. The package contained a chaos artifact, a chaos bomb if you will. The moment it was removed from its protective cocoon, the crew began to lose their mind and mutate. The first to be afflicted was the captain and the senior officers, but the effect spread with incredible speed. Every deck was consumed by it, every last one. The raging mutants, no longer sane, damaged many systems. The ship was in distress and would have almost certainly been destroyed had I not resorted to making an emergency exit from the warp. The people you see here are the only survivors, or rather, the only ones who are able to retain both their lives and sanity. I gathered everyone I could, isolated the source of danger, and sent out a distress signal. We were adrift, waiting for help to come and fighting off mad crew members. Then you arrived. Yeah, where did this package come from, do you know? As far as I am aware, the order came from Kunrad Voitvir, the Master of Whispers in the Rogue Trader's retinue. It is likely that he arranged the delivery either personally or through intermediaries. A heretic who is vested with legitimate power and whose latest activities remain a mystery to all. Believe me, an individual like your former Master of Whispers will not stop at sending a chaos artifact in his attempts to destabilize your protectorate. Your reaction suggests that you were not expecting a package of this sort. That is good to know. I'd almost convinced myself that the rogue trader was deliberately collecting chaos artifacts. Okay. Yeah, we had no knowledge of it. I beg your pardon, your lordship. I saw the terrible death of the entire crew with my own eyes. I was forced to bring the ship out of the warp by means of an emergency maneuver, and then I had to fight my former comrades, insane and twisted. I am tired. However, the sender wanted all of this to happen to your ship, not ours. Yeah. Where's the artifact now? I have placed it inside a protective sarcophagus more reliable than the previous repository. Unfortunately, an artifact as powerful as this one could not be destroyed under these circumstances, or rather I had no assurances that it would not disintegrate every one of us and scatter us across several light hours of neighbouring space. But once we are off the ship, I will absolutely find a way to destroy the vile thing. Excellent. We'll take the sarcophagus. Trust the intended recipient of the damn package, rogue trader, or no, you are asking too much of me. No, either I'll personally see that abomination destroyed, or I will not leave this ship. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Alright, well I guess we gotta blow up the ship then, you douchebag. What about me and the crew? Will you take us with you? So you trust me enough now. There, my word and law, and no one will dare to take issue with you despite the mutations. Yeah, man, maybe we should have just killed him and then taken the sarcophagus. Alright, yeah, you can come with us. Thank you, Lord Captain. Yeah, this was an absolute massacre. Like, look at this. This is crazy. So yeah, we could absolutely chart the course, yeah. Sweet. And then we can reduce the route to unsafe. Alright, that's quite a good investment, I think. So yeah, now we can just jump straight here. We can do a scan once we get there, and hopefully we'll be able to get over here. I hope that's how it's going to go. Alright, so let's go back to the ship. So we need to work out what the heck is going on with Cassia. Cassia's losing her mind, apparently. Alright, Abelard, my man.
Lord Captain?
Yeah, tell me about what's going on with you and Cassia.
And who brought this piece of news to you, I wonder? Then again, I have nothing to hide from you. Of late, the helmsmen have been going off course with increasing frequency, and the reports are full of contradicting accounts. The problem continued, even after several demotions were handed out, so I took it upon myself to investigate.
Demotion, that's harsh.
I was astonished to learn that our Lady Navigator has been amending entries in the ship's log, and the officers have been keeping silent on her orders. I immediately demanded an end to the outrageous conduct, and I reprimanded Lady Cassia in front of the officers. She greeted my words with silence, and then quickly departed. I should not have acted thus. I never even found out what drove her to do it.
I see. Well, while we're here, let's ask about the caches.
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely store important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone. Even one's most trusted associates.
Alright, so he knows nothing.
I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know Lady Theodora as well as I think, then I'm quite certain that she left her caches well guarded. In that case, this code will be useful to you.
Cool. So that's probably just the same thing we already had from the cogitator, hey? Alright, so we got to talk to Cassia. I'm guessing she's down here somewhere.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
I see. I have heard rumors that you are not getting along well with the crew. And your heart starts beating. Panic flashes in her ruby red eyes and your heart starts beating a little faster while your hands go cold.
Not here. I'm begging you. Aren't noblemen supposed to discuss such things away from the servants?
Okay. We'll go to my study. No one will disturb us there.
Then lead the way, and I will answer all of your questions.
What is it you wanted to talk about, Lord Captain? I have nothing to say to your unfounded accusations about my conflicts with the crew. I cannot recall my having a single quarrel with any of your people during my entire time abroad. I see. So let's just see, what are our options? So you've been willfully changing entries. The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family. During the warp voyage you gave the wrong orders. The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to you. Yeah, would you mind telling me why you needed 100 species of bird and what you used them for? Admittedly, I'm at a loss myself. The day we arrived on Footfall, I sent a request to the ship's quartermaster and asked him to get me a songbird. But he never asked for clarification, and shortly before we left, I had a countless number of cages delivered to me, all wrapped in bright red panic, with flickering tints of fear. There was a bird in every one. I was so excited I thought I would have 100 friends instead of just one. They were squeaking piteously. I let the poor things out. I even fed them my breakfast and dinner. But the stupid birds would not stop chittering, even after bedtime. They were dashing about the room, smacking me in the face with their wings, and defecating. I became angry, and suddenly they started pecking at each other's eyes and attacking me. Then I became afraid, and they fell over dead. I do not think I want to keep pets anymore. Yes. Miscommunication there. Ask for one, get 100. Alright, what about this stuff about changing the logbooks? I beg to differ. I read numerous books on Astra Neteris and can swear on House of Celio's honor that your officers are entering data incomplete, contravention of regulation. False terms, random distances between lines, spelling mistakes in even the simplest of words. I've spent the last few cycles correcting the latest log entries, and I thought it would please Master Abelard, as he's so fond of order. And yet the Seneschal did not appreciate my efforts and for some reason called them an outrage, even though mere days before he had been swaddling me in warm yellow words. I noticed all of your people do this when they are expressing sympathy. I merely wanted to repay the Seneschal with the same courtesy. Perhaps he finds my friendliness off-putting. This is, I really don't know what's going on here. Is this just lack of social skills? Is that what's happening here? The messenger you rebuked butchered his own family and then killed himself. I haven't rebuked a single errand boy on this ship. I think I remember. A kind young man with a shy smile and skillful fingers with too much rotten ochre on his shoulders. I grew tired of the disgusting colour and advised him to lighten his burden by casting the weight off his shoulders. He did not come the next day or ever again. Right. Yeah, you gave the wrong orders which led to the vessel shifting off course. I saw something in the warp, something vast, predatory, shimmering with indescribable colours. It came from nowhere and stared at the ship with hundreds of hungry eyes right there in our path. I decided to change the course while it was still possible, but did not want to sow panic. Would it have been better to tell the crew we were heading straight into a monster's gaping maw? Maybe. The officers are reluctant to be quartered next to your chambers because of the constant emotional outbursts it causes them. I already told you I cannot control my abilities. What else do you want from me? Will I be assigned a pariah chaperone, or will you put me in suppressing shackles? I think I've heard enough. Will you share your thoughts with me? You truly are a monster. That's harsh. You have a kind soul, but have difficulty reaching out to people. I could teach you the art of communication if you like. You've done terrible things, but I will not presume to lecture a person of noble blood. Woes dog your steps, but we will find a way to defeat them, I promise. Everyone who has dared to slander you will be punished. There is nothing reprehensible about your actions. So yeah, it's either we do this one or this one, I think. Yeah, maybe this one. Woes dog your steps, but we will find a way to defeat them, I promise. Your kindness knows no bounds. I will endeavour not to cause you any more trouble. Very well, since we are done with this misunderstanding, I would like to change the subject. It would only be fair for me to ask you a few questions now, wouldn't it? Do not mistake me, I'm not going to accuse you of anything. It's just that you are the most worthy interlocutor on the entire ship, and you are always so busy. What would you like to ask? I read the treatise by Poseidus de Mobius very recently, who claimed that subjects would never believe their new ruler was better than the old one unless the old one had been a tyrant. No matter the circumstances, the low-born rabble become deluded about their prospects and rebel in favour of their base desires. What do you make of that? Yeah, look, I can see some logic in that. Your interpretation of this classical text is not entirely correct. If this subject grown accustomed to the ruling house, all the sovereign must do is refrain from breaching long-standing traditions, adjust unwanted laws as gradually as you would shift the bed of a flooded river. No one will ever take your power from you. On the contrary, the loyalty of subjects can be bought at a pittance. Lower a tax, throw them a festival, or feed the needy. A gracious gesture once every cycle will exalt you in the eyes of the rabble, as if it were his blessing. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this. I was looking into your eyes and completely forgot your question. I'm afraid I do not have an answer. Yeah, I think this one. Indeed, I was not wrong about your merits or your ability to hold a conversation. I hope my second question does not confound you either. Okay, they're getting more difficult. According to the 20 tomes penned by the preacher Oistek Estefan, the forgotten, mercy and cruelty go through the world hand in hand, but people flock only to one pan of the scales. Would you rather inspire fear in your followers or be magnanimous and choose awe? Yeah, okay, yeah, because these are very low, so I don't think we should choose that. tyrant, a friend, and a gesture to one's subjects. What matters is that to clearly discern which role is required at a given moment. Yeah. Yeah. Strong when necessary, kind when necessary. There is so much power in your words, power that makes me want to join you. I understand now why your subjects are eager to follow you. I admit I was afraid we were too different, and yet you helped me realize that I can be candid with you. Please, do continue. I must confess that sometimes I can hardly bear the burden the house has placed upon me. I feel I am not doing my best. Tell me how you, heir to a protectorate, can bear the responsibility for billions of lives day after day and not stoop under all the weight. Yeah, I think this one, it's my duty, whether I like it or not. This is where we are, and I'm the only one who can do the job, so I gotta do it. Thank you for your patience. You are helping me to see the world in different colours, a novel experience for me. Our conversations hold a special place in my heart. Allow me to bid you farewell for now. I'm heading back to my chambers to consider today's conversation. Okay. So we didn't really resolve the issue there, did we? And it's, yeah, like it's all about her powers. We need to give her a way that she can control them. Because, yeah, she's projecting her feelings onto those around her, and it's having disastrous results. Lord Captain, I bring dire news. A feud has broken out between the clans that maintain the Void Shield arrays. Rumour has it that the late Lady Theodora was seen on the lower decks. Yeah, bro, we got a ghost aboard. And so one of the families called for a rebellion against the usurper of the Void Ship. That is you. So far, no one believes their mad tales, but unrest has begun at the fringes of the compartments. The ship's enforcers are ready to eliminate the instigating clan or pacify the entire Void Shield crew. The decision is yours. Ooh. Yeah, no. So we just want just the clan, yeah. And punish those responsible. I don't want any unnecessary death. Yes, this is the one. But yeah, maybe we should ask. So tell us more about Lady Theodora. Rumours of Lady Theodora's presence on the Void Ship have been circulating for a long time and appear to be a deliberate provocation rather than ordinary drunken ramblings. Perhaps someone is intentionally stirring up the masses to rebel against you, or perhaps it is the influence of the warp. Enforcers are already investigating, but right now we need to stop the conflict from escalating any further. As long as the unrest continues, the Void Ship shields will not be operating at full capacity. Yeah, so find the source of the rumours and punish those responsible. Lord Captain, as Seneschal Worserian would say, there are no innocents in such cases. The clans are endangering the entire Void Ship, tussling over a strange and obviously false rumour. If you so desire, I will convey your wishes to the enforcers later, but right now the unrest must be stopped and the people returned to their direct duties or replaced. No, just do your job and find them. I'll see to it, Lord Captain. Hope that doesn't blow up in our face. Feel like it might, hey? The officers on one of the lower decks stopped providing status reports. 3 days had passed since the Vox system broadcasted anything other than subdued moans and wet slapping noises. Oh my gosh, that sounds disturbing. An enforcer squad sent to investigate reported that the denizens of the lower levels had regressed to animals and succumbed to depravity. The connection with the squad was shortly lost. The High Missionary of the Adeptus Ministorum became flushed with fury and condemned these as designs of the arch-enemy. The hotbed of heresy was cleansed with fire and prayer. Okay. Oof. That's tough, hey? Alright, so we have to save the Eldari survivors. They're in this system. Once they are finished with them, the Void Ships give chase after the third already damaged vessel, clearly with the intention of destroying it as well. Seeing the last ship's impending death, Yuralette calls out to the Lord Captain, her voice trembling slightly. Only the rogue trader's intervention can save her kin from the massacre. Yeah, stand down, Chorda. Or Corda. The Vox Master relays the Lord Captain's demand to stop the battle and soon returns with a reply. According to the Chorda ships, this group of Xenos are malicious criminals. They are guilty of raiding this system's planets and robbing merchant vessels. Incendiary quarters, void ships are intent on performing their duty before the Emperor and exterminating the Xenos. Alright, Urilet sullenly watches the unfolding chase through the stained glass windows of the captain's bridge. She grimly concedes that no crime should go unpunished, except her kin were flying transport ships. It would have been impossible for them to rob a ship, let alone launch a planetary raid. Vessels such as theirs simply lack the firepower to do so. The Monkey are lying. I see. Analyze the intact Xeno ship. Despite the presence of some weaponry, the Xeno ship is more likely meant for transporting cargo, or the Xenos themselves rather than direct combat. Yeah, demand Quarter's warships, ceasefire immediately and retreat. The Quarter Dynasty Patrol will defend the Protectorate's borders, be it from invading Xenos or from the threat of another rogue trader. Prepare for battle. Well, we tried to end things peacefully. So we do have some of these skills that we can use now, yeah. Yeah, we do, hey. Okay, that wasn't too good, was it?
Macro cannons, open fire.
Okay, sweet. Hit them. Oh, can we ram them? We moved them right in front of us. Surely we can ram them. What? Why can't we ram them? Oh, that's cringe. I want to ram them, bro. The target must be at least 2 cells away. So what if we did that?
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
What if we did that one? Yeah, but now we can't. Yeah, so now we can shoot, but we can't ram. Oh, darn. That sucks, doesn't it?
With the force of a supernova.
And then we just get to go again. Okay, but...
Another battle won.
Okay,
on to the next
we
one.
don't have to destroy the missiles. Last time we did. That's interesting. By the Lord Captain's order, House Quarter ships have been annihilated. Well, look, they attacked us, so... Meanwhile, the wounded Xeno ship is rapidly distancing itself from the recent battlefield, attempting to hide in the shadow of the nearest world. Every attempt to contact it is met with frustration, and the Voxmaster reports that the vessel is in deplorable condition. Who knows how much more the Xeno technology can endure before the irreparable happens. The Eldari are too scared and resentful of the Monkey for the recent deaths of their kin to answer incoming hails. Despite this, Urilet is certain that she can convince them to cooperate with the Alantak if she is allowed to speak with them. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, okay, yeah, let her speak. Oh, it succeeded. Well, it was only 50%, but it worked. Cool. 2 watches pass, and the Xenos finally decide to answer Urilet's pleas concerning the Alantak's assistance, guardedly asking how exactly the Monkey can help their vessel. The Eldari note that the humans' primitive technologies are incapable of healing the Eldari vessel's wounds. The sudden benevolence of one human is equally incapable of bringing back those who perished in the recent engagement. Open fire. The Xenos have been saved. Yeah, well, we could bring them onto our ship, but we could also send them to Janus. Ooh, probably one of these first 2 options. I'm not sure. Which one is the better option? Do we want them on our ship, or do we send them to Janus? I think we probably send them to Janus, hey? Yeah, you guys, and then you can repair your ship yourselves there. The Xenos half-heartedly thank the rogue trader and turn their ship toward distant stars and inevitable death in the void. No words are exchanged on the bridge, but everyone understands that the wounded ship will never make it there. A few Terran days later, a blue flash... What? And only the thin figure of the Eldari stands motionless against the backdrop of the intricate stained glass windows, mourning the fallen in solemn silence. What? Oh, that's stupid. What? Why didn't they say that our ship won't make it there? What? That's dumb. So I did actually try reloading because that was just the dumbest thing ever. And I picked the option for dialogue where you bring the Elder onto the ship, and people just murdered them. So it was just like, yeah. So no matter what you do, they die. Kind of makes the whole thing seem pretty bloody pointless, doesn't it? So let's see what this journal says. Quay Systems. So is that where we are now? Is that what we just did? That was so unsatisfying. That was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I want to chart new routes. Can we get here? We can, but it's orange. But yeah, we could reduce it to yellow, hey. Then we've still got 9. Alright, let's go.